when I came to the sport, I was 100% Kona focused. Like as a pro, I walked away from stability to know if I could win Kona or win a world championship. That's still where things are at, but the sport's evolving, and the PTO has come forward with these major races that I really think are going to, if we as athletes do our jobs right, they're going to take over. And I think there's going to be a lot of importance put on these races as well. And so, I'm keeping the World Championships, the Ironman World Championships as a focus, but definitely think that one of these majors would be, especially if, winning the first US Open, for example, I think that would be a pretty special moment as well.
All right, so I guess it's race week again. Yeah, it's been a good block of training. Obviously, quite a bit's gone on since my last actual update. I went to Canada. Before Canada, definitely didn't have a good lead-in, and the results showed that. You can't at these races. You have to be on point to have a decent day, and I very much wasn't. Obviously talked a little bit about what was going on back then, so we don't need to rehash that, but came back from the Canadian Open, got into a good groove, and started stringing some good training days together, and went off to Slovakia for the Collins Cup. And I had a good day, but not a great day there. And that, obviously having basically a 6-week stretch of really struggling, and then a 4-week stretch of good training, I got through. I had a really good swim. I was happy with that there. And then the first hour of the ride was right where I needed it to be. But I just didn't have the fitness to finish that off. And again, to have a great day, I definitely would have needed to be in peak shape. And I was chasing still. I was having good training finally, but I was still chasing. Again, so just wasn't able to be in contention with Gustav, unfortunately. But was happy to come in second there overall. The U.S. did not have a good showing there, so looking forward to getting back there next year and remedying that. That was not our best foot forward, and we were up against a pretty tall task anyways, but it would have been nicer to for all of us to have a little better day, but that just wasn't in the cards, unfortunately. So now we're leading into the US Open. Definitely excited about this race. It's again, just another opportunity for me. There's been quite a few people who are racing Kona who are not doing it, and there's quite a few people who are, and I think there's pros and cons to each way, or each direction that you want to go. You know, obviously, if you don't do it, you have a little bit more time to get in the volume and everything like that. My volume's actually been pretty good, so I'm looking at it as an opportunity to go into the race, test out where things are at overall, and then also it'll give me a good opportunity to see how the heat prep is going. Obviously, Dallas is going to be hot, probably hotter than Kona. And it's a bit higher intensity of racing for the 100K distance. So yeah, it'll be a really good test on where the heat acclimation is at, and how much more additional work on heat I need to do between Kona or Dallas and Kona. So, you know, that's why I decided to race. And you know, obviously, it's a big money race, a high profile race, and you know, I've kind of committed this year to being on the start line in big races. I did both North American Championship races. I'm doing, you know, I did a World Championship in May, obviously 2 more World Championships yet to come this year, and then both of the PTO Championship races. So that's kind of, you know, I wanted to stack up against the best this year and see where everything shakes out. And I've had a couple good days and a couple not. So yeah, it's all part of what I'm trying to accomplish this year and where I want to go. After Dallas, I'm going straight up to Kansas. I've done my Kona prep in Lawrence, Kansas every year for the last 3 or 4 times there. So T.O. will be there already. Well, T.O. and then Lauren, Brandon, Sid, Laura, Sidall. Yeah, we're all going to be there prepping for Kona, all of the JD crew athletes. I think Justin Metzler is going to join us as well, just to have another training partner there, which will be a good group. I'll be there for a total of 8 days, and then head out to Kona for the final prep. So yeah, while in Kansas, we'll again obviously do some heat and wind work. It's always hot, humid, and windy there, so it's actually pretty good conditions for Kona. Depending on how I recover from Dallas, I'll either do a race simulation that Wednesday, so 4 days after the race, or that Saturday, just depending on how the body is feeling. And yeah, I mean, the work is pretty much, you know, the bulk of the work is done. Now we just got to fine tune and find where we can refine a few things, but definitely not get too greedy. I'm in a really good spot overall. The numbers are looking good. The body is feeling good. Headspace is good, which is probably more important than the first 2 components. But yeah, so I'm just looking forward to the final push, and we'll see what things shake out like in Dallas.